All right, guys, so here we are on page 212, the one that's got the girl here on it. And it's Gramática 2, and this is the very first section of that, direct objects and direct object pronouns. So you can say, I voted for Abraham Lincoln in the last election, and then you could say, I'm glad he won. You wouldn't say, I voted for Abraham Lincoln in the last election, I'm glad Abraham Lincoln won. I mean, it gets a little weird when you keep doing that. You're usually going to use he or she or it or something like that to take the place of it. So pronouns take the place of nouns. They have different forms depending on how they're being used in the sentence. So here we have Ana es mi amiga, right? Anna is my friend. Ella, she, es muy simpática. She's really friendly. She's really nice. La llamo por teléfono todos los días. Well, what's that la? That la took the place of ella, which takes the place of Ana. So you've got those different forms there that you can put in there instead of saying Anna each time. Okay? So, because if you think about it, her name isn't Anna. Her name is probably like Ana Elena Maria de Los Angeles Garcia or something like that. But you're just going to call her Anna, so that's already making it shorter. Then, if let's pretend her name was like Annabella. Well, now you just call her ella, right, for she. And then if you do the la, it's even shorter, which we're going to show you what those are right now. Okay. Good thing about the video is I can talk a little bit fast because you can always back it up, or you can slow it down on YouTube and have me talk slower. Don't do that. Verbs, no, you're all just doing it right now, jerks. They're probably making me do like a chipmunk. Stop. So number one, verbs can be followed by direct objects, the person or thing receiving the action of the verb. Okay? So you have Rafaela pone la mesa. So Rafaela puts the table. Okay? She sets the table. So that's the direct object. Rafaela is the subject, pone is the verb, she sets, and la mesa is the direct object. What does she set? What's the object? The table is. Then you have siempre pido sopa. Always do I pick the soup. Okay? So the soup is the direct object, the thing that is getting ordered. I'm the subject. It's understood. I'm the subject, and what I always ask, okay, for soup, or I always order soup. So order would be the verb. Number two. A direct object can be a noun or a pronoun. Use direct object pronouns to avoid repeating nouns that have already been mentioned. These pronouns must agree with the nouns they stand for. Okay? So there's a little bit more to that. In English, we have singular and plural, which we have in Spanish. But in Spanish, you also have what? Masculine and feminine. Okay? So you would have in the singular here, you could replace the masculine thing. Let's say we're talking about, my brother, mi hermano. We could call him lo in certain instances there to mean him or it. If it was a masculine thing, like say a desk, an escritorio, we could say tráemelo, bring it to me. The lo would refer to the desk. Or feminine, we could have la for like la amiga, like the friend, or la mesa, which would be an it, but it's a feminine gendered word for the table, right? So then plural is just putting an S on there. Los would be them, los niños, los hombres, los amigos, los padres, and then under feminine you'd have las. So you could say las niñas, las amigas, whatever it might be, las madres, whatever. Or things. You could have las mesas, the tables. So, ¿quién va a pedir el flan? Who is going to ask for the flan? You guys know that dessert, that custard that has kind of like the little caramel thin sauce on top. Like a white pudding kind of thing. ¿Quién va a pedir el flan? Who's going to ask for the flan, that dessert? Yo lo voy a pedir. So you could do it like this. ¿Quién va a pedir el flan? Yo voy a pedir el flan. But that'd be a little bit odd when you can just say lo instead. So you're going to change that L into a lo, because it's singular, okay? It's a little bit easier when it's plural, because you might already be saying like los, you might already be saying like los amigos, and so you could say yo los voy a pedir, bring them, yo los voy a traer. So sometimes it's a little bit easier when it's a los, because you just drop whatever you were saying and leave the los. Like let's say you were talking about los platos, the plates. ¿Quién va a lavar los platos? Who's going to wash the plates? Yo los lavo, or yo voy a lavar los. And so you would know that the los is the los from the los platos. It's a little bit trickier when you're doing the singular, because you turned it from an el flan, because you don't say lo flan. You say el flan. And so when you see that lo, you can kind of sometimes go, where'd that lo come from? I'm totally lost, guys. But it's not. It's just because this el is singular. And so when you make it the singular direct object pronoun, your choices are lo for singular or la for singular. Okay? So again, I'm talking a little bit fast, but you can back it up. Okay? Don't slow my voice down. All right. I know you just did it again. All right. So direct object pronouns go before the conjugated verb. Okay? That's where they go. Direct object pronouns. If there is an infinitive in the sentence, the pronouns go before the conjugated verb, or they are attached to the end of the infinitive. So, ¿Quién prepara los sándwiches? Who prepares the sandwiches? See how I told you have the los? Then he says, yo los preparo. I them prepare. Okay? So, who prepares the sandwiches? See the los? Yo los preparo. I them prepare. Okay, that los is that direct object pronoun. You could say yo preparo los sándwiches, but when you drop off the sandwiches and change it to los, you put the los where it is, because the rule is that it goes before the conjugated verb, or it's attached to the end of the infinitive. Okay, so let's look at this. Sorry, it's hard to do this. Preparar. Gosh, sorry guys. This is not the best system, but one person here. So, preparar. So preparar is prepare. Preparar is prepare, which means, right, to prepare, obviously, preparar. That's the infinitive, right? It's an AR. See, preparar, it's an AR infinitive. So, mi padre la va a preparar. So, if you are going to say it's la cena, ¿Quién va a preparar la cena? So we know that the la is from la cena. It means the supper. We could say, mi padre va a preparar la cena. But if we wanted to make it shorter, and we're just going to use the la as an indirect object, as a direct object pronoun, then it's going to be, mi padre la va a preparar. Why? Because va is the conjugated verb. Va is the conjugated verb. So we have to put the la in front of it. Okay? Now look, we could say it a different way. Mi padre va a prepararla. My father is going to prepare it. So to prepare, ooh, that's an infinitive, isn't it? Because it's to prepare. It's not saying I prepare, you prepare, he prepares. It's not conjugated. Okay? So that's an infinitive there. So you can attach it to the end of it. Mi padre va a preparar la. The reason that you put the la, sorry, it's so hard to do this, the la in front here is because here you did it in front of the conjugated verb. Mi padre la va a preparar. And here you attached it to the end of the infinitive. Mi padre va a prepararla. So as you guys go through and if you're still confused about it, you can message me and I can explain it some more. Or you can also talk to some other friends that are getting it and they can help you with it too, okay? I think I'll stop this video here because it's already 10 minutes long. I don't want them to get too long for you.